Hey everybody, it's Garrett. Well, first of all, happy 4th of July. If this gets posted on the 4th of July, I don't know. But today's going to be a fun day. Got my sister coming up from Texas. Well, she's been up from Texas, but she's up in our neck of the woods for today. Just for today, though. She'll be up around lunchtime. But this morning, kind of got a little bit of an earlier start. Got a bunch of housework done. Still got more housework to do yet. But I figured I'd get a painting shot of Old Glory for the 4th of July. It's a good looking sight. But I got a text from the boss. Well, I say boss. The dairy guy. I help out with hay and stuff like that. Got a text from him this morning saying they're going to be cutting hay, second cutting, starting that. His boy's doing a few fields today to get started with, but the big thing is that we're using a new tractor. We're using a Deere. We had been using a Fendt for the last few years. It was the tractor that we bought with the set of mowers. It was a package deal. We got the tractor and we got the mowers, the old set of mowers with it, because it was a package deal, was already set up with GPS, all that good stuff. So that was what we have been using for the last couple years. And we bought a Deere. Is kind of like a total package deal. Actually, this tractor was set up on a set of mowers exactly like what we have now, 48-foot set of mowers, and we had it set up on they had it, the guy that we bought it from, he had a set of 48-foot mowers too, and so it was already kind of set up for what we already currently have. So with that being said, we have to basically relearn a new system. For me and the other guy who runs the mowers, the only GPS we had ever used was Fendt GPS. That's the first thing I've ever used, and he's young enough to where he hadn't used anything else either. So I was like, well, we better learn John Deere system. We better learn John Deere iTech. We kind of got spoiled. Ooh, the sun hits. Ooh, that's even worse. The fence system's really sweet when you figure it out and stuff like that. But I've heard the John Deere system's equally as good once you figure it out too. So we just gotta do the figuring out, make sure we got all of our P's and Q's straight. We want to be able to just, push one button, put everything down, kicks on your GPS, push one button at the end, picks everything up, make your turn, put it back down. That's what we want it to do, but we gotta make sure we know how to do it. So 9 a.m. now. They said he was supposed to be starting his first field about a mile away, so I figured I'd hop on the old four-wheeler here and head over to the field and see what we can come up with. Start on fuel. On a side note, the beans are looking absolutely gorgeous. They're pretty much filling in all the rows now. Disregard my poor planting job and not actually finishing sowing the corners, but there's a couple of spots where there was one spot in particular where I didn't sow the corners, and it just so happened to be right up at the very front of the farm, go figure. But yeah, I mean, the beans look just beautiful. Rows are filled in, nice big leaves, decent height on them, not a ton of gaps. There's a few thin spots, like right here up on this hill. There's a lot of compaction there, and I really had to chisel plow the piss out of it last year to remedy that, and it's still didn't completely get rid of the compaction. She's just hard clay there with a lot of traffic. That spot right there, which you probably can't see too well on the other side of the creek, that is woodchuck damage. Lots of woodchuck damage right over there. As soon as the beans started popping up, woodchucks came out and just started knocking the tops off of them right at the growing point. So there's a bare spot over there, but these beans look pretty decent over here. Look, a couple little compaction spots over in the corner, but the dry beans across the road from the renter, Those are looking great. We've gotten a fair bit of rain in the last week or so, and everything needed it and everything loved it. It drank it up as fast as you could give it to it. That's the second cutting alfalfa on this side of the road here that we'll be cutting for Boss Man. This is an 80-acre piece. There's a one, altogether I want to say there's a little less than 1,000 acres this cutting. I'm not 100% sure because there's a lot of new seeding. There's a lot of new seeding this go around, so there wasn't a whole lot last year because, or not last year, last cutting. First cutting was was a little light because they cut some other stuff early to plant in corn, so there was a lot of acres that got taken out. That was at the end of its rotation for corn, and there's a lot of new seeding that got put in this year, so we're obviously not cutting that for a little while yet. Some of it might get cut this time, some of it might get cut next cutting, I don't know. But we'll find out what the acre total is when it's all said and done. So I'm out driving, and here is a little video of the mower setup unfolding in action. He's pulling a little cable that he can reach from the back window of the tractor to pull the safety latches on the mowers. He's swinging them out the first direction. Yeah. Oh, we're all the way out, and now... Oh, now he's pulling the safety latch. Get a retard. Oh, wrong one. You gotta pull it back. There you go. And now I can let go of the safety latch and she'll drop all the way down into position. Up. So it's a little easier to start. Looks like the front mower's already going. Well, this is my view from the tractor cab. This field is rougher than I'd really care, but we use that. John Deere, don't put your air button thingy on the left side by the buddy seat. You've probably gotten this complaint from everybody, but nope. So finally got everything kicking. This is the last, I think this is the last field for tonight. I actually didn't do much mowing today. Basically because if everything wasn't broken, we didn't want to get too far ahead of the chopper because we didn't want the hay to get too dry and or it to get rained on later on tonight. So that's kind of the problem. So it was like a combination of all the things at the same time. So we kind of didn't cut nearly as much hay as we could have. Here. Took a little while to get everything squared away, but wow, why is my lens so dirty? There we go, that is so much better. But so here we go. I'm going to my GPS line when it comes up. I think it's this one. I'm going to hit my auto steer button, and then I'm going to hit 1 a little bit too late.
Dad.
And then
Dad.
automatically it puts the back mowers down. Yeah, I'll let you hold it because I can't.
Can I do the video from outside the cab?
Maybe in a little bit. But when we get to the end, I'll have John Boy actually record me what I'm doing when I get to the end, so you can actually see my buttons, and I'm not trying to focus the camera and do things all at 8-10 mile an hour over bumps, because this is very bumpy.
Yeah, that's why you guys are wiggling around so much. I can't keep steady.
This is a brand new fresh seeding field, so it hasn't had time. Well, it's had one chance to get rolled, and it needs another couple rollings, honestly, once we get some really, really good heavy rains to get the field all nice and soggy. Best time to do it is actually in the spring, when you get the snow melt and the frost is coming out of the ground. That's the best time to go over it with the roller, because the ground's all nice and soggy, and it'll take a lot of these weird little dips and bumps and things that'll jostle the tractor around so much. All right, and I mean, honestly, that's the biggest reason I can't really go much faster than that. I'm doing 10 to 10 and a half right now. I mean, I can try pushing it to 11, but 10.6.
I know you can't really see that face really good because it's
Point at the post.
Huh?
That's how fast I'm going. 10.7 right now. I've got it set for 10.6.
Then you should slow it down. It's bumpy as crap.
But like I said, I can't
Sorry,
justify
guys.
going any faster than this just because it's too bumpy. Not to mention, it's hard on the tractor, it's hard on the mowers. It doesn't cut nearly as clean when it's this bumpy. It's just kind of a all-around bad deal. So I back her off a few mile an hour. If I got a really nice, smooth, open field that I can open her up in 12 and a half mile an hour, you're not even looking around. What are you doing?
Itching myself.
Well, you're doing a great job recording.
Yeah, it's so bumpy I can't get in place.
I've got the John Boy recording, so this is some good father-son bonding time, I guess you'd call it. He wanted to come with me. This is the first that we've ran this tractor, so. Alright.
I know I suck at this. The bumps are being the problem.
Well, I'm going to slow down here when we get up to the end. So.
Here we got mowing. From outside here. So guys, we're apparently right now. As you can see, the tractor is driving. Sorry, guys. Dang it, guys. So, guys, we're gonna pause this and wait till he gets back, and then that will be that. Okay? You coming back. Well, I'm sorry. I accidentally made an accident. I paused it like that. I don't know if I got it wrong or anything. That was the last video. Didn't got that on TV yet. But other than that, we're fine. We're fine. I cut that off. Coming in with tractor farming. Zoom in a bit. You guys are waving out. I can get a close look. The tractor. That's what everything is. So we're gonna hop in the tractor.